Hello everybody, welcome to another Leave No Trace video. Today we are on principle number 4, and that is leave what you find. Sounds simple enough, but you'd be surprised. So I would like to start talking to you about minimizing salt alterations. What does this mean? Well, it could be just as simple as, camping in a designated campsite or staying on trail. Or, as you can see, maybe not carving a bunch of initials and desecrating a tree. So that brings us to the other thing that you can do is avoid damaging live trees and plants. So I'm actually right here at the Stephen Mayer Trail, and we are literally right at the beginning of the trail. So this log that has fallen definitely has a lot of, trampling. People have climbed on it. It's really on the trail, so it's probably not a surprise that it has all of this damage done to the tree. Believe it or not, if this tree probably hadn't had the unfortunate luck of being right here by the beginning of the trail, it might actually be a nurse log. And so what nurse logs are, they're a habitat where other plants can grow on a fallen, what some may think is a dead log or tree. I actually took another picture. This is at the Nature Loop Trail, and this log just kind of shows a little bit of the difference of a log that still has some plants growing on it but definitely has gotten trampled on. So as you can see at the beginning right here by the bridge, the log that's fallen is completely barren. There's no plants growing on it. Shout out to Shanna. She actually took this awesome picture, panorama style, with her phone. And then you can see as you go here, there's definitely plants that are growing on the log. And so just by the location and where it's at and how accessible it is to people, you can see how much damage could be done just on one log. But this can happen all over our park and in a bunch of other fallen logs. So we highly, highly encourage everybody to help in this area by, not picking flowers, not climbing on nurse logs, and just, staying in your path, knowing that you're a visitor and you're respecting nature. So another thing that we can all do is leave what you find. Literally, leave what you find. If you see a rock or a pine cone, and I know those are things that you're like, oh, well, I want to take a little memory, of my trip to the forest. And a very, logical way for people to do that is to take something with them. Well, when we come to state parks or other places that are, kind of a refuge for a lot of sensitive species, we need to be considerate that we're part of other life cycles and other ecosystems that need to continue to thrive. And just by you, taking that rock or collecting firewood, which you're not allowed to do at the park, by the way, you can buy them at the kiosk. So just by, you kind of leaving things where they are, we can really help our ecosystems around here thrive and continue to, be an awesome place that we can recreate. Another really important thing to mention is in a lot of California state parks, actually were ancestral territories for a lot of native tribes and communities that unfortunately, due to Euro invasion and the mass genocide of a lot of these tribes, some of these lands are now under their protected areas or their state parks. And so it won't be, it wouldn't be something out of the blue for somebody to find an archaeological artifact or something cultural. But this is something that is actually illegal, and you cannot take any of these artifacts home with you. And it's actually a law. And I believe it is, I just don't want to butcher this. It's the Archaeological Resources Protection Act. So if you find anything cool, I would recommend take a picture, draw it, talk about it, write about it. We've had some people write poems. There's so many things you can do. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to engrave something on a tree or take a pine cone home, or basically desecrating a really beautiful natural area. So I actually have 2 ways that you can kind of do these sorts of stuff, and they're actually coming up. So Quiet Lightning and California State Parks are hosting the 6th annual Poetry in the Parks. And unfortunately this year, like a lot of things, they have to be virtual. But you can still send your submission of some poetry or some sort of spoken, some sort of written word that has to do on nature and just celebrating it. So the deadline for all forms of writing is actually next Wednesday, August 19th. So, you know, hurry up if you have any old submission, or if you want to write something new, you can totally submit. You still have until Wednesday. So get on that. And if you want more information, you can go to quietlightning.org. And there's also posts on our North Coast Redwood page. And we will be posting that in the comments as well, just so you guys get that link. And the other thing you can do is, well, California Biodiversity Week is coming up, and here at the park we're going to be celebrating. So stay posted, look at our page, because we're going to have a week full of awesome activities that you can do. But in the meantime, if you already want to go out there and explore and become a citizen scientist, you totally can. There's this app called iNaturalist, and iNaturalist, you can take pictures of things that you see, you can upload them to projects that people are already working on, and basically it's just kind of like a tool that you can collect a lot of like cool pictures and data of like things that you see, and you can compare and share it with other people. So I just kind of wanted to share with you 2 different ways that you can still connect with the environment, take some memories home with you, and, you know, have memories for the future. So I hope that this message and this principle gets to you. And if you like it, please share it with your friends and family. We will be posting this also on the Humboldt Redwood State Park Facebook page, so you can also check that out. And after this video, I will be doing this video again in Spanish. So if that's something you're interested, stay tuned. And I'll see you for the next principle next Saturday. Bye, everybody.